Hey guys, I just got out of the theater. I finished watching the new Gundam and GQUUUUX, the beginning movie, and I'm just here to give a few of my thoughts on it. And the movie came out Wednesday. I think it was like a special premiering. I saw it in IMAX, which was fun, but I think by the time this video's out, it should be in theaters for the next 4 days, I think, something like that. So I will recommend it if you're a Gundam fan, but right now I'm just gonna have a little discussion about the movie, because even though I would kind of recommend it on some level, I still have basically the problems that I had with it when I knew it was announced. I still have the same problems with this. Now, if you don't know, this movie was basically a teaser for the show, because the show's gonna start in April, I think, or I believe. And so this movie was basically an episode 0, which was about like 40 minutes or so, and then it was, I believe, like the first 2 episodes, and all those are all compiled into like a movie, which was like, I think, like 1 hour and 40 minutes. And so if you don't know, the reason why this show and this movie that came out is kind of important or surprising in the history of Gundam is because this is being co-produced by Studio Kara and Sunrise. Now, you guys know Sunrise is the actual studio that creates Gundam, or at least formerly. Now they're called Bandai Pictures, I think, or they've been formed with Bandai. But Sunrise is the studio that does Gundam, but Studio Kara is basically Hideaki Anno and basically the people who created Evangelion at Studio Gainax. They left Studio Gainax a long time ago and created Studio Kara, and they've been doing the rebuild of Evangelion, which only recently wrapped up. I think they did another series recently, Kaiju number 8, I think. But in the live action department, obviously, Studio Kara has been, or mainly Hideaki Anno, he's been doing the Shin series, so Shin Godzilla, Shin Ultraman, Shin Kamen Rider. But I was kind of excited because I have like a iffy thing with Hideaki Anno, and I guess Evangelion in general. But I was looking forward to this. I'm still looking forward to the show, but I have some problems with it. So again, this movie, the first half of the movie was basically like Charwink for the character Char Aznable. Now, if you know Char, he's a very popular character in the Gundam lore. And this movie, what this movie basically does is it connects this series, the one that's up and coming, to the original series, but it does it in a way that's so jarring. And I feel like if anyone else did this that wasn't Studio Kara or Hideaki Anno, I feel like people would get really mad. But I feel like at this point in time, people are just excited for Gundam, any sort of Gundam at this point. But so basically what happens, the first half of the movie, it's basically like an alternate take on the original 1 Year War, aka the original Gundam anime. And we see Char have access to the Gundam, and he basically turns into his own thing, and he meets this new type friend that's gonna become a important character in the new anime, in the main show. But the main thing that I'm upset about with them connecting this so much to the original series is that I feel like it's kind of cheating, because every other like AU Gundam anime, they're not allowed to do that, or at least I think they're not. But every other alternate universe Gundam anime has to stick on its own. It can't be like part of the UC. And obviously when it's UC, it's kind of expected that if it's like a new UC installment like Unicorn or like the Origin, that's gonna kind of still make sense in the overall timeline. But this first half of the movie just totally like jarring, just shows you this totally alternate take on the 1 Year War. it shows you these mobile suit designs that are like totally different from anything from the 1 Year War. But then at the same time, we get this, like, all the nostalgia callbacks and everything. Now, this show is gonna be, it's Studio Kara again co-producing it, but it's gonna be, I don't think Hideaki Anno is really gonna be involved in the rest of the show. I think it's mainly gonna be the other two. I don't know, I forgot their names, they're not on the top of my head like Anno is, but it's the director, the guy who directed Fooly Cooley and Die Buster, and then the writer of Utena, and I think they also work. But anyway, these guys, everyone involved in this series, the main thing that they really worked on in the past couple years has been the rebuild of Evangelion, and I could kind of tell that. But this first half, where it's just Char taking the Gundam and everything, and just like all, like a total alternate take on the original series, it feels like that was heavily like an Anno theme, because Anno, because in this movie he is credited as being a co-writer for this movie, at least. I don't know about the rest of the series, but for this movie he is the co-writer, and I could tell, or at least I have a feeling, that he heavily was involved in the Char plotline of this movie, because he has that like nostalgia thing where he can only work do his fanfic, because that's what this first half felt like. It just felt like Char fanfic that he always thought of when he was like a teenager or whatever. He was like, oh, what if Char like got into the Gundam and he took the Gundam, and what if it went this whole different way? Because he did the same thing with like Shin Ultraman. His version of Zoffy, and not to be sidetracked, but his version of Zoffy and Shin Ultraman is basically like a fanfic version of like, oh, what if Zoffy was there to like destroy like the Earth, or like he was sent down to kill Ultraman on purpose, that type of thing. And he did the same thing with his Shin Kamen Rider. But it just, yeah, I just believe, I don't know if this is true or not, but I just have a feeling that he was mainly involved in this to write his little like Char fanfic, which is funny because the second half of the show, I was thinking about it, and it was like, there's a version of this show that doesn't have to be connected to the UC at all, or the Universal Century, and it could still work. And that's like the main problem I have. And also is the problem I had with this is it just felt jarring to like halfway into the movie. Again, the first half, it feels like very like nostalgic. They're trying to pull at the heartstrings of like people who watch like the original Gundam anime, all the same sound effects, all the same like scenes. They try to recreate like certain scenes that happen, but obviously they happen differently because, you know, Char, he has a Gundam now. But they try to recreate these scenes and trying to pull out like the nostalgia boner for people. And then midway, like Char disappears, and then we go into the actual show, which I believe again is like the first 2 episodes just like recut into like 40 minutes, I guess. And it's jarring because everyone in the first half, all the characters look like they're from like the UC 0079. I forgot the character designer. I know his name, but I just don't want to mispronounce it. But they look like that. They look like UC Gundam characters. And then it's just like a rapid shift to like everyone looking like Pokemon characters, because that's what the designer of this show is. I think he's a Pokemon character designer. That was pretty jarring. And for the GQUUUUUX, like the actual show part of the movie, the only thing I really gotta say is I could tell this series is gonna try to be like not pandering, but it's gonna try to like get the kids. It feels like that one meme where it's like, how do you do, fellow kids? That's kind of the vibe I got with this show. Because yeah, again, like these guys are all older. These guys have been around. They've been doing the Evangelion rebuilds. They did again, the director did Fooly Cooley. They've been around for Gunbuster and Die Buster, but it just once it gets to the modern, what the show's actually gonna be, it just feels like they're trying to pander to kids, which is interesting because that's the one thing that like original anime is good at, is that since it's not based off of a manga, like every other popular series is, which is again basically like once it shows a manga, they already know that there's like an install fan base. So the only thing they could do by giving it an anime adaptation is make it bigger. But if you're making an original series, you kind of have to you're gonna have to put more care into the show that you're crafting, because you want everyone to be able to see it. So that's why this show, they're getting the Pokemon character designer, they're getting they're having like, I guess there's gonna be like a love triangle in it eventually. All that, I assume all that's gonna happen in it. But again, the actual show, again, the second half of the movie, it gives off that like, I don't know if it's gonna be for me, but I do know I will be watching it, and I will be maybe not liking it at the end of it. I don't know, but this show does so far seem more interesting to me than the previous series, Witch from Mercury, but I didn't really see that. I can't really give my opinions, but yeah, just in general, my take is I still don't think this series should have been a UC. Just based off this movie, I don't think it had to be part of the Universal Century. But then at the same time, I'm not gonna lie and act like I didn't enjoy this on some level. The Char fanfic and everything, him having like the red Gundam and everything. The only thing I will say is the designs are kind of growing on me, especially the redesigns a little bit. But then at the same time, the new designs are a lot better. But the redesigns of like the RX-78, but then once he gets the red color, it looks a lot better. Looks a lot more presentable. But yeah, that's my take. I do recommend it if you, in general, if you're a fan of Gundam, if you're a fan of Evangelion, just go and see it. But actually, wait for the anime to come out in April if you're really on the fence. But if you obviously already were invested in it, just go see it. It's good. And then after that, I guess you can judge for yourself if you want to keep on watching the show when it comes out in April. I don't know if I'm gonna really talk about it once it comes out, but yeah, here are my thoughts. Franklin K. Side out. Gundam GQUUUUUX in.